Hey, this is Josh MacEwen here with Dufferin News, and I don't actually have a story for you today. I got too deep in the rabbit hole on the stories that I am working on. Um, there's a lot going on there, more than I thought. But what I do want to, one story that I'm working on is about Swift, and that got me thinking about rural internet. And since I can't give you that story today, I wanted to share with you that it is possible for some of you to get cheaper internet than what you are doing now, especially those living in the rural areas. The ones that might be using satellite internet or the MiFi sticks from Telus, Rogers, or Bell. The ones that are using like cable or fiber internet, but the ones that are relying again on like the cell networks and things like that. So Bell recently, or not recently, but Bell used Orangeville as a hub for its pilot program to try wireless home internet. With this, this has been out for a few years, and now it's gotten to the point where it's out in Grand Valley, and it's in. And if you're in between Orangeville and Grand Valley, you should be able to get access to this, and you should be able to get access to other places in the area as well. I mean, if you can get it between Grand Valley and Orangeville, you should be able to get it between Grand Valley and Shelburne, or Orangeville and Shelburne at the very least, because I mean those are more populated areas, so that would make more sense. But if you're one of these people that's paying one of the outrageous amounts for their home internet and it's not actually good internet, reach out to Bell and ask about wireless home internet. Again, it's all over. It's all over Dufferin, and it seems like some people are able to get access to it and some aren't. But the thing is, they're calling me up all the time, and they've been calling me up for the last year a lot, trying to get me to sign up with their wireless home internet. And I don't need it. Even when I worked for Bell, again, full disclosure, I worked for Bell. I didn't use their internet. Their internet isn't that good in Grand Valley, and even with their new wireless home internet package, it's not as good as Rogers cable internet. So it's not worth the discount that they offered. But at the same time, it is a lot better than a lot of the options of it that are only available to those in the rural areas. So I mean, again, reach out and actually see what's available to you, and heavily question if they say it's not available to you. Ask why, and say again, there's people in Amaranth, Grand Valley, Shelburne, other areas in Dufferin that are able to get access to this. Why are you not able to? Because it's very odd. Again, why am I, someone that's not even a a Bell internet customer, getting all these calls a lot about this, and someone who could actually benefit from this, aka you, isn't getting these offers? It raises a lot of questions. I mean, I know people personally that have experienced this, and it gets very frustrating when you find out, hey, for the last maybe possibly year, I've been overpaying in internet by hundreds of dollars when there was actually a cheaper option available to me. They again becomes very frustrating to say the least, especially during times like these. And the fact that these options aren't being promoted more, I think, is honestly very terrible. But because it is possible. I mean, again, if they're calling up people like me to offer me it, that doesn't make any sense. Again, why aren't they offering it to people that need it more? It doesn't make any sense at all. Again, I have access to Rogers cable internet, and that's still better than their wireless package, and I tell them that all the time. And they still waste their resources to call me. And why aren't they doing this to help you? It doesn't make any sense. Well, it does, but it doesn't make sense that they're not helping you. But anyways, second tip, and this might help you with this one. I find it's more effective with Rogers than Bell, but Telus it also works pretty decently with too. But if you ever have a problem with your internet, cell phone, any of those issues with your telecom provider, try messaging them on social media first. You don't have to go on hold. It's a lot. I haven't called a cell phone company in over 10 years. It's been very effective for me. I get everything I need to done over social media. If they actually need to get in contact with me, they call me when at a convenient time for me. So that works. It's perfect. And I advise you all do the same, because nobody should be spending their time on hold. I mean, unless they really need to, and you do not need to with these companies anymore. Bell is probably the worst, honestly, out of the three as far as managing their social media accounts go. But at the same time, it's better than sitting on hold, especially if it's not too urgent. But if you are a Rogers customer, you should definitely be using social media to get in contact with these guys. Again, I've been doing it for over 10 years, and it works great. Again, I don't like throwing these guys any credit. I really don't. And again, full disclosure, I worked in the industry, so yeah. But these are tips that will help you. So I hope, again, if you are using rural internet, you ask Bell about wireless home internet. Um, and if you are going to ask for help or ask for assistance or complain or do any kind of dispute with a telecom company, use the social media accounts, like message them through Facebook. That's what I always use, and it works great. And this allows you to have a written record as well, which helps a ton because then you can go back and say, hey, you were told this versus having to try to fish out phone calls. And if anyone's gone through that process, it isn't a great one. And you never know how complete of information you're getting and technical glitches and things like that. Facebook's a lot easier for keeping a record. So, yeah. So those are the tips. Sorry I didn't have a real story for you today, but I'm working on them, and they're pretty good ones, I think. And we'll go from there. But I hope you had a great weekend, and we'll check in tomorrow. Thanks.